Let's take a look at this very cool Vader's Vault Rival Elite lightsaber. So it's a very prequel trilogy influenced design. Probably the overall profile of it most closely resembles the Darth Maul lightsaber, but we also have some other features that are very similar to some of the Jedi lightsabers, like the detailing in the base of the hilt that kind of resembles some of the background Jedi lightsaber hilts or the clan sabers. So very, very cool details throughout this hilt. Lots of clean, crisp lines, and then the contrasting horizontal and vertical lines. Nice balance with the color. So this is the elite version of the rival, and that just means that there's some of these different color schemes going on. So the overall hilt is silver with black accents, and then on the website, when you ordered this, you could pick an accent color. So this hilt also has some black chrome. So we have some at the very top of the hilt, sort of in the neck area, and then in this kind of gear section toward the bottom of the hilt. So very, very cool. Now, you could almost think of this as either a light side or a dark side hilt, I think. Even though it kind of resembles that Maul hilt, it does have all those Jedi kind of design flares too. So you can kind of pick your path there, I think. One of the other cool features that we'll see a little bit later in the video is there's an upgrade feature here. There's 3 blinkies on the side. These are accent LED, and when we light up the saber, we'll see those in action. And they just, they really do provide kind of a cool visual, accent to the hilt. I do really like the fins at the top. Those are always really cool on some of these prequel style hilts, and it looks really great with that kind of black background contrasting these silver fins. So cool. Looks just like a turbine. Flared emitter at the top. We have that recessed AV switch here, so this is the standard kind of classic black version. There's the auxiliary switch or the aux switch there. Some of those kind of rectangle details that we see throughout the hilt. A section of some horizontal grooves there, and then some of that really prequel trilogy style or prequel trial type accents in the bottom of the hilt. And then here we have a black cover tech wheel as well for wearing this. And the vented pommel area. Now if we look inside the hilt, so this is the newer version that splits in the middle. So there's our chassis and battery. So if you need to remove the battery on any of these kind of newer versions of the hilt, you can actually unscrew this section by the speaker very carefully. So you don't really have to pry the battery out, unlike some previous versions or some other companies. So it just kind of loosens it, gives you a little space, and you can very easily remove the battery.
I am Sith.
And that's one of the ways that you can tell that your battery is installed. It makes a noise like that. And if you're not expecting that, you might get a little startled from it too. Now you can see those blinkies firing up, and they're just they can be programmed in a certain way. So very cool, and this is a very comfortable hilt in the hand, and just really a lot of fun. I love this design a lot. Well, let's check it out. So we gotta get a blade here. All right, I think we got that blade seated. Okay. This actually kind of reminds me of like a warp drive or something from Star Trek. Just another cool, really sort of in-universe sort of feature. All those standard features, you can see that this is the Pixel Saber version of the hilt, so NeoPixel Saber. Smooth swing, all that nice responsiveness that you expect with some of these newer sabers. Very cool. Very kind of snappy the sound when the blade retracts there. So you'll see these blinkies are still going, and that's a feature. Eventually, if you just kind of leave the hilt like this, they'll turn off eventually, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. But it kind of keeps it active for just a little bit until it stops by itself. So we can just check out a few of the other fonts, the sound fonts rather.
Sound bank selection.
At last we will have our Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Let's do that one. Go from the dark side to the light side. Very cool.
Sound bank selection.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Now let's do that one.
I'll never turn to the dark side.
It's a nice Luke Skywalker one. You can really see the blinkies kind of come alive in different ways depending on what you're doing with the hilt. It's kind of idling here. When the blade was activating, they were kind of moving in a certain way, and with the clashing, they are kind of more lively. It's really sort of a neat little add-on feature there.
I'll never turn to the dark side.
Sound bank selection.
I am a Jedi.
And we'll do that one.
This party's over.
Guess who that is? We got Mace Windu, that also fits in. You can see that purple blade color, works pretty well with this too. Very kind of powerful sounding font. All right, I think that's probably about all we need to do with this right now to see with it. So this is the Vader's Vault Rival Elite lightsaber. It's this really cool kind of prequel trilogy inspired hilt. Very slim down design, very comfortable. And I think even though it really seems like predominantly Darth Maul inspired, it's really almost ambiguously kind of a prequel Jedi or Sith saber design. And so that's sort of a neat feature of it too. And you could change your mind during the day and wake up with the Darth Maul sound font, and then later, select the Obi-Wan font. So that's one of the nice things about these types of sabers. So at any rate, what do you guys think of this hilt? And do you think it's more of a dark side hilt or a light side hilt? I mean, it is called Rival. That does sound maybe a little aggressive, but post your comments and thoughts below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.